The NBA has banned a lot of things over the years, from hand checking, zone defenses, and even entire teams from winning a championship. But did you know the league has also banned sneakers? Yeah, they've cracked down on some kicks harder than a double team on Steph Curry. Imagine walking into a game wearing what you think are the freshest kicks ever, only for the NBA to hit you with a nope, not happening. Faster than a Russell Westbrook fast break. Some shoes were too flashy, too unfair, or just straight up weird for the league to handle. And today we're running through 8 of the wildest sneakers that got kicked out of the NBA. First up, we have a sneaker that literally started a revolution. And no, it's not the Air Jordan 1. It's the shoe that came before it. The sneaker that shook the NBA before sneaker culture was even a thing. See, everyone talks about the Air Jordan 1 being banned. But that's only half the story. The real culprit was the Nike Airship, the shoe that actually got Michael Jordan in trouble before he even had a signature line. Back in 1984, the NBA had a strict rule. Players' sneakers had to match their team's colors and be at least 51% white. But when rookie Michael Jordan stepped into the court rocking a pair of black and red Nike Airships, the league said, "Not on our watch." Nike dropped the legendary banned commercial, making it seem like MJ was a rebel, breaking the rules and challenging the game, which he totally did. And the result was that the Air Jordan 1 exploded in popularity. Sneaker culture was born. Michael Jordan's rookie year wasn't just about high-flying dunks and breaking ankles. It was also about breaking the NBA sneaker rules. After banning the Nike Airship, the NBA wasn't done. They went after the Air Jordan 1 Bread, the black and red masterpiece that made history. Now, the NBA never actually banned the shoe outright. Instead, every time MJ stepped into the court with them, the league fined him $5,000 per game for violating uniform color rules. That's right, $5,000 every single game. Now, these first two sneakers got banned because of their colors. But sometimes it wasn't about looks. It was about performance. The NBA wasn't just policing style. They were shutting down technology. And no shoe proved that more than the Athletic Propulsion Labs or APL Concept 1. A sneaker so advanced, it could actually make you jump higher. In 2010, a new sneaker company by the name of Athletic Propulsion Labs or APL dropped the Concept 1, a shoe that promised to do something insane. They make you jump higher. The crazy thing is that it wasn't a marketing hype. It actually worked. APL had developed something called the lock and launch technology, a fancy way of saying wear these and you'll add inches to your vertical. I mean, independent tests even showed that players could jump up to 3.5 inches higher just by lacing them up. The league didn't waste any time before they outright banned Concept 1, stating that it provided an unfair competitive advantage. That's right, this was the first basketball sneaker ever banned for performance enhancement. APL, of course, turned this into the best publicity ever. They slapped "banned by the NBA" on their marketing and instantly became one of the most talked about sneaker brands on the planet. The APL sneakers proved that the NBA wasn't just banning shoes for their looks. Sometimes they were too advanced for the game. But let's take it back to the player who started this whole sneaker controversy in the first place. This time, they targeted one of the cleanest, most legendary sneakers ever, the Air Jordan 11 Concord.
I tell you, they say the clothes make the man, his uniform definitely the top. Michael Jordan will be fine tonight, not for bringing 23 onto the rafters, but wearing shoes predominantly white, while his teammates are wearing those predominantly black. He was worn, in fact,
Now, if you know anything about sneakers, you know the Concords are legendary. I bet some would say it was a sneaker masterpiece because of its patent leather, icy outsoles, and crisp black and white colorway. So what was the problem? Apparently, it was too white. Yeah, you heard that right. The NBA's uniform policy at the time required players to wear shoes that were at least 51% black to match their team's colors. And the Concord was way too white. The league wasted no time banning them immediately when MJ debuted them during the 1995 Eastern Conference semifinals against Orlando. Jordan had to switch to a black version of the shoe for the next game to avoid more fines. Of course, this only made sneakerheads want them even more. MJ had to change his kicks mid-playoffs. But the next banned sneaker on our list belonged to a player who changed the game from behind the arc. And even though the NBA had no problem with his deep threes, they had a big problem with his shoes. The Under Armour Curry 5. Stephen Curry is no stranger to breaking records, but in 2018, he accidentally broke an NBA sneaker rule. It happened during the Warriors' Chinese New Year game. To celebrate the occasion, Curry rocked a special Under Armour Curry 4 custom that featured design elements from the Golden State's jersey that night. That jersey was made by Nike, and at the time, Nike was the NBA's exclusive uniform provider, and the league had a rule that any Nike-approved jersey design couldn't be reproduced on any other brand's shoes. So even though the sneakers looked incredible, the NBA banned them from in-game use. Curry sneakers may have been banned due to logo violations, but the next sneaker on our list wasn't about branding. It was about blinding opponents. And I mean that literally. Because when Carmelo Anthony stepped into the court in his Jordan Melo M10s, the NBA had to step in with sunglasses. Carmelo Anthony has always been known for his smooth scoring. But in 2014, his sneakers were making a little too much noise. Literally. To celebrate Melo's 10th signature sneaker, Jordan Brand dropped the Melo Jordan M10. A sleek, performance-driven shoe with a stylish twist. A chrome-plated heel counter. At first glance, the design was fire. The metallic heel gave the sneaker a futuristic, high-end look that made it stand out on the court. But there was a problem. The shiny chrome heel was too reflective. Under the bright arena lights, the sneaker was blinding other players, turning a simple basketball game into a low-key laser show. The NBA wasn't about to let that slide. So there you have it. The NBA's most banned sneakers. These kicks were deemed too dangerous for the court because they were either too flashy, too techy, or just straight up breaking the rulebook. But let's be real. No matter how dangerous a sneaker is, no sneaker in the world can save you from getting your ankle snatched. And speaking of ankle breakers, if you thought these banned sneakers were wild, wait until you see the coldest crossovers of all time. We're talking about moves so nasty, defenders had to check if their sneakers were still even tied. Click here to watch and get ready to see some careers get left in slow motion.